Israel Defense Forces had told civilians to evacuate from. Let's talk to Juliette Touma, who's in Amman in Jordan at the moment, UNRWA's Director of Communications, the UN Relief and Works Agency who look after Palestinian refugees. Juliette, let's talk a little bit more, first of all, and thank you for joining us, about that aid that's reached the northern part of the Gaza Strip and why that is a particular issue.
Yes, thanks, Anna, and nice to speak to you. Look, it is significant because since the beginning of the war, so for 50 days, no assistance, no humanitarian assistance has reached that area. We're talking about the northern Gaza Strip and also Gaza City. So it's an important breakthrough that we hope that it is repeated. Also note that UNRWA continues to manage a number of shelters in those areas that we have not had access to. So we managed to reach those shelters with some much needed supplies, and we hope that that will continue.
And also, Juliette, while this ceasefire is happening, we've seen people in Gaza, Palestinians, trying to return in some cases to their homes to see if they're still standing, trying to get their possessions as well. You know, many people fled, as you know, with nothing at all. How does this ceasefire period help your staff there? What are they able to do in this short pause in fighting?
Look, I've just returned myself from Gaza, and our colleagues and the people that I met there told me that they really wanted to go and see what's happened to their homes. And as you know, no place there's no place like home. People want to go and see what happened, to pick up whatever is left of their belongings. They spoke about books that they just bought and never had the chance to read, family photos, clothes. Some people didn't leave with anything. So, and also they wanted some reassurance that maybe their house is still standing. You know, some people lost all their money or have taken loans for many years, and so people want to go and see what's happened to their homes. But most of all, Anna, they asked for respite, and they asked for the bombardment to come to an end.
And that is part of the difficulty now, isn't it? We're moving towards the end of day 3, and under this deal, tomorrow would be the final day of that ceasefire, the final day of the additional humanitarian aid coming in. And on Tuesday, things would return to the way they were before this deal came into force. And I know you and many others are calling for that to be extended.
Yeah, absolutely. We're hoping that not just that this pause is extended, but that this pause translates into a humanitarian ceasefire, also for the protection of people, also for the respite of people, but also for the continuity of the delivery of much needed humanitarian supplies, including fuel and cooking gas. Much needed, but we're also in need to support the private sector. So supplies, commercial supplies need to come. You see, when we were driving across Gaza, all the shops were closed, all the pharmacies were closed. And so for the medium term, longer term, the private sector needs to be revived. And for that, we need commercial supplies.
Juliette, thank you. Thank you for joining us. Juliette Touma, who is Director of Communications at UNRWA, the UN Relief and Works Agency, which looks after Palestinian refugees.